Today's lesson is going to be on a DN's best friend. A DN's best friend is the hip technique. The hip technique, I'm not sure if it's being taught around on every campus, on every school, or in every league office, but we live and die by this technique. Every DN that I know that's been successful, including myself, this has been our grounds of success right here. This called getting it out the mud. All right, fellas. As you can see right here, I got BFF. That's our best friend, the 3 keys technique, which is called follow the hip, FTH. The first one, let's take a hip. Our number 1 target as a defensive end are the offensive tackle. We can't do nothing until we beat that offensive tackle first. That's the person who we got to beat first. So that's who we key this off. So when we say 3 keys, we talking about from the offensive tackle. And we doing what? We looking at his hip. First off, when you come get your pre-snap read, the first thing you want to locate is the offensive tackle's hip. Get your eyes on that hip and you watch that hip. That hip going to take you wherever the ball is. The first block that you need to anticipate from the offensive tackle is called a down block. Block down. Okay? When the offensive tackle blocks down, there are a few big things that you need to be looking for. When your offensive tackle in front of you blocks down, you as a defensive end have to close in on his hip. The hip technique means stay on the hip of the offensive tackle, the outside hip. Not the inside hip, but the outside hip. When this tackle blocks down, naturally, your flow takes you down with him. Now, if you turn your hips and you chase down, you're susceptible to the boot, the counter, the reverse, and the ghost. So when you block down, when the offensive tackle blocks down, you want to close in and you want to stay lateral. You want to close in and you want to stay with a wide base. And you want to close in on that hip and you stay close to that hip. And be expecting quarterback boots. Be expecting reverses. Be expecting any counters. Then you're going to expect the ghost, which is the fake reverse and run. So you got to be there for that too, because if you bite on that reverse, you leaving a hole open, a big open hole for that counter to come back right in your C gap. So that's what we don't want. As a defensive end, our number 1 target is the hip of that offensive tackle. He's going to tell us everywhere the ball is going to be. He's going to tell us what play to expect. He's going to tell us everything. That man in front of you is your best friend. The minute he blocked down, expect boot, counter, reverse, or ghost. Okay? Block down, boots, counter, reverse, ghost. Offensive tackle block down. You stay lateral to the goal line. You stay lateral to the touchdown, to their touchdown. So you can be facing their touchdown. So you're going to be lateral on the line. And then you're going to close in to that outside hip. And you're going to keep your eyes open for any one of these things right here. And guess what? If they run the ball, go be an athlete and make the play. Also be aware for any fullbacks coming back trying to block your backside. You got to play that however your coach want to play it, but normally you either spill it or you take it on. The second block that you have to key as a defensive end is the block 2. Self-explanatory. If run flow is coming to you, if your offensive tackle hip comes to you, you must establish a new line of scrimmage. You must establish a new line of scrimmage if you get a run-to block. If you get an offensive tackle blocking towards you as a defensive end, you must take that offensive tackle 2 to 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I'm going to say that again. When you got an offensive tackle blocking to you, you must establish a new line, you must establish a new line of scrimmage. At least 2 to 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That way, when you see this block, all you're going to be recognizing is a stretch outside, a toss outside, or any run play. So if you put this offensive tackle 2 to 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, you will disrupt the play. Trust me. So the minute that you see this block, the offensive tackle is going to be in a heavy stance and he's going to come directly to you. You need to meet him with that same force, and you need to establish a new line of scrimmage behind the ball. So that means great get off, great arm extension, and you need to put him in the backfield, period, because that's a run coming your way. And you have outside containment. Not linebacker, you, defensive end. Establish a new line of scrimmage. The block 2 is going to be run. Get off the ball. Put that tackle 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and you will be in great position to stop any one of these things from happening to you. Our third and final key, which is the easiest, but it can be the hardest. Pass and draw. And by the way, fellas, you read all this by your light, heavy read. Your light, heavy read. So if the offensive tackle's in a light stance, you look at his hand, you see how much pressure he's putting on his hand. If he doesn't have a lot of pressure on his hand and he's sitting back in his stance, that is pass. If he's bending over heavy and he's got a lot of heavy pressure on his hand, that's going to be a run. 9 times out of 10, that is a run. Be expecting to block down or block 2. If he light in his stance with light pressure in his hand, be expecting a pass or a draw. On a draw, he will kick back two yards and he will try to throw you to the outside. He will use his inside arm and try to club you by. Be alert. When you come off the ball and you get a light read and the tackle bails out of there, be alert for a draw because he can stop and try to throw you by. If he keeps bailing deep, that is pass. If he shortens his bail, that is draw. And you have to read that by your light, heavy read. You have to read. This is all pre-snap read. All pre-snap read. You read this before the ball is being snapped. You look at the tackle while you're in your stance. Don't be down there not thinking about nothing or in la-la land. You need to be examining the play. Okay? So these are our 3 keys that we must follow. And it's all pertaining to one part of that offensive tackle's body, his hip. FTH. Follow the hip. The hip will take you to the ball. Let's go through it again. Block down. If the offensive tackle blocks down, you stay on his hip. You stay right here in the pocket of his hip. And you keep your shoulders facing their end zone. That way you keep your eyes open and you are able to play the boot, the counter, the reverse, or the ghost. By that movement and by staying on that hip, staying right in your C gap the entire way, secures you a good spot for whatever play that comes your way. Play recognition, knowing what plays are coming. This could come out of an offset. This can come out of a queen. This can come out of an eye back. This can come out of strong. Be aware of this. Block 2. When the offensive tackle blocks to you, you must create a new line of scrimmage, 2 to 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, in order to play all these runs. 9 times out of 10, when you have a block 2, it is run. You sit down in your C gap and you create a new line of scrimmage. Must be done with physicality. The block 2 must be done with great get off and great physicality. Third and final, pass or draw. That offensive tackle sets light in a light stance. We already thinking pass before the ball is even hiked. Once he hiked the ball, you pay attention to his stance. You pay attention to his drop, kick back. If he kick back 2 to 3 yards and stop and try to throw you by, draw, 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 draw. If he keeps bailing and keep getting vertical, you go. It's pass. Be alert for pass, draw, screen. These screen plays, anything where they letting you run up the field, you're not that good. Trust me. It's a trick. Screen or a trick. Last things I'm going to leave you off with. We must, as a defensive end that wants to become successful and hopefully to have a career in the NFL one day, this is the first thing you got to do. You must become a student of the game. This is just not a game, fellas. This is not just a game. It's deeper than that. It's much more deeper than that. And until you understand how to play football and where to be on the football field, you will never be a student of the game. So you must learn how to be a student of the game off the rip, out of the gate, student of the game. Study this game. Study film day and night. Study everything about this game. Become one with this game because you must be a student of the game in order to follow these techniques. Lastly, playing DN/linebacker is 20% physical, 80% mental. You could be big and fast and all that all you want. But if you ain't got the mentality and you're not smart enough to play this game, you will not last. Trust me. The guys that know what's coming before it coming have a better career than the guys just that's out there playing, relying on straight athletic ability. It's not going to last long because it only takes 20% of that. 80% of it is mental. Learn this, fellas. 3 keys. Follow the hip. That offensive tackle will make you happy. He will make you a happy man if you stay on his hip. You will make a lot of plays and you'll be able to be a student of the game if you follow these keys. Shalom.